welcome back to another video. It's Anjanette, and this time around we're going to be talking to you guys about work-life balance.
Oh no, there's a big fly in here now. Oh, and you can hear that shit. Is it a zoom? Oh, it left. Ha!
Welcome back to another video. It's Anjanette, and this time around we're going to be talking about work-life balance
in the outpatient and inpatient setting, since we both have done that, the 12-hour shifts and the 8-hour shifts.
Yes.
And we have a video before comparing the two, or not necessarily comparing it, but like seeing which one is better. And we kind of went down to the 12-hour shifts setting, the 12-hour shift, because we get to have like time for ourselves and all that fun stuff. But we're talking about work-life balance. And what does that mean for us, right?
Yes.
Because from my understanding, I feel like work-life balance is more about you being able to go to work and then have time off and then kind of chill within your time off and enjoy your life, your time off.
Live your life.
Live your life, right?
I agree. Same thing.
Yeah, what do you think about, what is that to you?
Yeah, like work-life balance is like, for me, I think of it as like work not being your number one thing in life, and then work comes after.
Yeah.
And so, or equally, like you balance it out. For me, my balance would be work would be second to my life.
Yes, of course.
That's me.
Yeah.
Other people feel like they could do 50-50.
Yeah.
Other people feel like work can take up
important.
And exactly. So it depends on what's relative to you,
what you
to the
want.
person, and what you want for your life,
and what works out for you and what you desire in the terms of work-life balance. Because for me, what I like in the work, or like what I understand and I want to apply to my life, is more about work not being stressful, as well as because work isn't that stressful, then I can incorporate my life and do things that I enjoy in my life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because for me, like, you know, if you guys don't know, I got hyperthyroidism, and hyperthyroidism is kind of seen in family. Like, if you have thyroid disease, you can see it in like your family members, and I do see that, but it's also can be caused by stress. And at that time, I was nervous all the time, and I barely slept. I was always anxious.
Yeah.
So then it led me to, you know,
probably exacerbate, or who knows. But yeah, how do you guys like make sure that you have a good and healthy work-life balance? For me, I try to like make sure that my work doesn't come home with me. Like,
for sure,
I don't want it to carry on into my daily life. I also feel like I want to have, like, I don't want it to be that I'm always working. Like, in my younger days that I was in school and I was working and I was working toward a goal, I was okay like missing events and like just basically taking the hit because I'm studying and I'm doing stuff. Now at this point in my life, I don't want that. I don't want to miss events. I want to still work hard on my days that I have to work, but I don't want it to carry over to my living my life, because at the end of the day, we've seen a lot of death. We've seen a lot of people just regret things, and I want to just live my life while also continuing to work and be productive.
And a 12-hour shift sometimes doesn't necessarily aid to the work-life balance or a positive work-life balance, right?
For that day.
Or
for in general.
Like inpatient, typically. Like inpatient, because like you're missing, like sometimes weekends happen, right?
Yes.
Holidays occur, and sometimes you have to miss those holidays and weekends or events within those weekends because you have to work, right? Yeah. And in the outpatient setting, it's a little bit different because you're able to go to the holidays and able to work the 12-hour shift, but then, work your 5 days a week, and then also on the weekends you get to have off. But what ends up happening is you might not be going to the gym. You might not be cooking for yourself because all of that time is dedicated Monday through Friday going to work, 40 hours, you know, day works.
I would say it depends the scheduling, like, of both. I don't know. It is hard. I think that with 8-hour shifts, 5 days a week, it is harder to balance your own life. Like for yourself, not other events. Because mostly, like, I haven't had to miss any events like with other family stuff, because I could always go after work because I get out like, you know, at 5. Yeah. Or it's usually a weekend. So like there, I don't really miss things, because most people work Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. Yeah. Right. But in terms of balancing your own, like, you yourself life, in terms of like taking productive time to do other stuff or like going to the gym,
Yeah.
meal prepping. It is a lot harder to do with like 8-hour shifts,
8-hour
5 days a week.
shifts. Yeah, because sometimes like when I would work 3 days a week, what ends up happening is I would cook for 2 days. Like for the next 2 days that I worked, and then like I at least had 1 to 2 days off, and then I could cook for the rest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So things like that occurred where now I see myself buying a lot of food, like ordering out more. Like ordering out,
more.
not necessarily going to the supermarket and cooking for myself. I don't do that as much.
Yeah.
So but the good, like not the good side, but what I see with the work balance part is that I'm not as stressed out at work, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like I get to go to work and then enjoy work, be able to care for my patients, but not be stressed out because it's not so urgent.
Right. That makes sense. Like I think that the actual work setting is not as stressful and can allow you to not feel clouded maybe when you leave work or even during work to think about other things. I agree with that. I agree with that. What do you do though now since you work like 5 days a week, 8-hour shifts? Like what do you do to make sure that you have a good and healthy work-life balance?
It's truly plugging in every hour of my day, plugging things in. So for me, like I like to work out, I like to journal, I like to meditate, I like to stretch. I try to, like, I literally have a schedule in the day that I want to work out in the morning at 5 in the morning. I want to be able to read a book early in the morning. I also want to stretch, meditate. So I plug those in within that. So working out is usually an hour. So I'll put myself from 5 to 6 working out. And then, then 10 minutes stretching. Then I put that in. And then at the end of the day, I also want to stretch again. Because again, I'm sitting all day. I want to be able to have flexibility within my hip region and all that fun stuff. You know what I mean? So I plan out my day.
Yeah.
That's how I plan out my day, my weeks, my month. And then that's what ends up to be my life.
Planning, okay.
Planning it out,
sense. Yeah.
And then, but the hard thing is staying consistent.
Sticking to the plan.
Sticking to the plan because what ends up happening, I'm tired.
It's tiring, especially because you gotta travel. Like on top of the fact that you have to be at work 5 days a week, you also have to travel there. Like we live kind of far from the job, so it is a bit of a travel. Like as you could live far, like with a 3-day, 12-hour shift, but at least you only have to do it 3 days a week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe you could even drive into work, but like and pay for parking. But for me, I don't want to pay for parking 5 days.
5 days a week. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's expensive.
But for me, the way I do it is I kind of see it as Monday through Friday as like just work. And I try to fit my errands that day, even if it means going to the supermarket after work, so that I don't have to do it on a weekend.
That's actually
I try to
smart.
or like cleaning my house, so I don't have to do it on the weekend. And that way, like when the weekend comes, since I only have those 2 days, at least it could be for me, for enjoying myself. Most of the time, there's an event that I have to go to, or I'm invited somewhere. I don't have to do my laundry. I don't have. Unfortunately, though, it is tiring because you don't want to do that after work.
You don't, and that's where I say sticking to the plan.
So sometimes it does come to the weekend because guess what? I have to do laundry before we go back to work. But I do try. Like the plan is to always try to schedule it during that work day. Like meal prep. Well, meal prep maybe Sundays because I have to cook anyways.
Yeah.
But like other errands like, laundry or like cleaning this bathroom or something like that. I think that I try to do it so that Saturday, Sunday could truly be rest.
Yeah, I agree. And that's kind of like what I was saying too, like plugging in those things.
Yeah.
Like even like taking 30 minutes of my day at the end of a work day is like right when I get home, I'm picking up things. I'm putting this in the dishwasher and whatever, even if it I'm only giving myself 30 minutes. Within those 30 minutes, if I get some things done, great. If I don't get the other things done, I'll leave that for tomorrow because I need to rest.
Yeah, so that's pretty much how we try to so what is easier to do to manage work-life balance with a 12-hour shift or a 5 days a week shift? I would say it depends on what your balance is, but I feel like maybe a 12-hour shift is just that you might have to miss some events. But a 12-hour shift 3 days a week is easier for me because you just have more days to use for other things.
And actually, you can save more money working 12-hour shifts because you're literally at work for those 12 hours. You already cooked for yourself because you meal prep like the day before. You have to pay parking only 3 times. You have to do laundry maybe once a week. Or like maybe not even once a week, because if you have 6, let's say you have 6 uniforms, you could literally do laundry in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So you save money, you save gas.
That's what I used to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it just depends what your preference is. Again, every one of our videos is always pros and cons.
Pros and cons.
It's always relative to what you think is better.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I do enjoy the 12-hour shifts a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
Although the inpatient, we did not enjoy for some time. That's why we took a break and did
Did
this
other
ambulatory
things, yeah.
care and outpatient job. But might be back, might not. I guess you're gonna have to see.
We're gonna have to see. Even me, I'm gonna have to see myself because I don't know what I'm gonna do. Because we've been having this conversation that look, 'cause I recently came from vacation, which I don't think you guys need to know that, but whatever. I went on vacation, and during that time, I thought, did I make a mistake in working Monday through Friday? Because sometimes I'm able to enjoy working 3 days a week, even traveling. Like I could go away.
Travel, yeah. Work the first 3 days, the
and
last,
then the last 3 days, and just go for like
week.
a 5-day event where you go away and just have fun.
I know.
So I do think about those things, but I also want to give myself the chance to be able to have the work-life balance. Plan out my days and stick to those planned days. And if I enjoy it, great. And if I still find that it's difficult, then I'll consider again possibly 3 days a week. But I have to give myself the time.
Give yourself the
Be
time.
patient with myself. Like this conversation, it kind of comes full circle. Like I have to, in order for me to avoid imposter syndrome, I have to be patient with myself, and that is into my career and also into my life.
Yeah, it's true.
You know?
That's all we could do. Try it out. If you don't like it, move on.
Move on.
Hopefully you don't move on from our YouTube channel though, and you
No,
like
don't
it, and you
move on.
stay, and you subscribe, and you comment.
You stay, subscribe, and comment. Every video.
Every video. Thank you guys for watching.
Yes,
and
guys,
we
thank
will
you.
see you next time.
Bye. Chips. It's okay.
Bleh.
It's
Duh.
okay. It's okay.
Duh. Alright, wow. Like, we should be professional at this already. Like, we don't know how to introduce a
You
video.
know how to say hi?
Like, 60 videos later, we don't know how to.
Is it 60 videos later?
We're like at 50 something. Whatever.
Oh! I didn't know we got 50. Get it, girl. Get it.
I can't do that. Okay. Alright, ya. Ya. Sin jugar tanto.
Y yo que tengo un calor, Dios mío, muchacha. Ay, Dios mío. Yo me estoy muriendo.
Open and oh,
El fly, no se puede.
Wow.
Vamos a
It's
hacerlo
always
rápido
something.
entonces.
Okay. Hi guys, welcome back to No Imagine.
Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Well, today we're going to talk about work-life balance in the inpatient and outpatient setting. So, Anne and I did our
They're gonna be like, why? They're gonna think that
Like,
they
why
have it on
is it
1.5. Okay, yeah.